משנתנו המשך המשנה הקודמת. So right now we have Aryeh's question. And Aryeh says, but Rabbi, still, it still doesn't make sense to me. So how can you do it? Why can you do it? 100 miles? Says, can I do it 100 miles? So it's like, you can do it very big so far. So but says practically, Rabbi, come on. That's what Aryeh is saying. So, ביאור משנה ג', the explanation for משנה ג'. משנתנו המשך המשנה הקודמת. This Mishnah is going to continue the previous Mishnah. ונחלקו בתנאים על כמה מותר להרחיק את הפסים מן הבאר. So the Tanaim is going to say, how far can you really do it? Come on, I understand you can do it big, but how big? What are you going to do, the entire world? So it's like this. Rabbi Yehuda אומר, עד בית סתיים. Rabbi Yehuda says, until בית סתיים. So let's see what's בית סתיים. מותר להרחיק את הפסים מן הבאר, רק עד שיעור של בית סתיים. The most you can make it is בית סתיים. What's בית סתיים?
Square armor, no? That was בית סתיים.
I think so. We'll see soon. It's going to. It's שיינו שהמקום המוקף לא יהיה גדול משטח ראוי לזריעת סתיים לתבואה. So the place has to be for an area that you're going to put around 26 liters of wheat. That you're going to sow 26 liters of wheat. That's around the area. וכבר הזכרנו לעיל, we already mentioned, שכך היה שטחה של חצר המשכן, this was the yard in the tabernacle, 100 אמה אורכה ו50 רחבה. So it's 50 on 25 meters approximately. Yeah, and that's approximately 2,500 square feet.
That was also the Golden of בית המקדש, החצר.
Yeah, not בית המקדש, the tabernacle.
The tabernacle.
Yeah, 2,500 square feet around. Which is not big, it's quite big, but it's not the end of the world. אמרו לו חכמים לרבי יהודה, חכמים told to Rabbi Yehuda, come on, where did you get this? Why can't you make it bigger? Obviously you can make it bigger. Where did you get this measurement? Why did you decide it's going to be according to that? לא אמרו בית סתיים, לא קבעו חכמים את השיעור של בית סתיים, אלא לגינה ולקרקף. It says, when the Chachamim said this measurement, this is the measurement for Beit Satayim, they were talking about a gina or a karkaf. Now, the usual, I'm going to tell you, I don't know what he's going to say over here. Usually, when it says gina, it's not garden. Yeah? Gina is not, Gina is a garden. Gina, but it's not a agricultural area. A gina is a beauty area. A gina is a place you put roses. You might have a fruit tree over there.
People go there in there.
Yeah, it's
just your flower.
Think about the Gina is your backyard, which is not commercial. Any backyard of any house, it's not commercial. In other words, you don't have 5 Gina. Yeah, like a garden today. Yeah, it's not. You don't do it for the fruit. You might have one fruit tree over there or another one in this corner, but that's not the idea. The idea is for beauty. That's a gina. That's right. Yeah, exactly. This is a gina. What's a karkaf? A karkaf. A karkaf is an area that's used for more commercial use. It's like a junkyard. You know, you would keep all the garbage there. You will put a fence around it, and you will put your woods and your stuff. You know, it's like
just a piece of land that you put junk in it.
That's right. That you put your storage ground, whatever you call it. That's a karkaf. So it says when they said the thing about 25,000 amot merubaot, 5,000 square amot, they were talking about a gina or a karkaf. They were not talking about our case. Shelo kful dira. It says, what's the difference? We're going to see that there's a difference if it's a house. If it's a house, we're going to see it has no measurement. But if it's not a house, then it has a specific measurement. Karkaf, he's going to say what the karkaf is. הוא שטח גדול מחוץ לעיר, it's in a big area outside the city limit, like industrial area, המוקף גדר לשמירת עצים וכדומה. You put around the fence to keep all the garbage, your wood, your materials, whatever you need. But they're saying, but over here you're wrong, Rabbi Yehuda, they're telling him. Over here you're doing it for cows. You want your livestock to come and drink. You want your livestock to come and eat. right? That's what you're doing it for. אבל אם היה דיר, if it was for cows, שטח גדור בשדה שהוכנס צאן לתוכו. Now, again, you'll have to imagine it because we don't do it. How did they used to do their fields? So they will do it pretty much, they will not plow the entire field every year because the field needs to rest, not just on the 7th year. Every 2 years or every 3 years, the field needs to rest. It's not good for 6 years in a row. So they would take, for example, half the field and they will give the cows and sheep to go over it. That will they graze, and they will put a fence in between. And the other half, they grow the vegetables. And while the cows and sheep graze over there, they make their doo-doo. And the next year, they change them. They put the cows and field in that area. So it says, that's the areas we're talking about. A deer. And that's where you need the wells. So that area is much bigger than 2,500. Yeah? Okay. Or sachar. So this, or sachar, יש גורסים סהר. היינו מקום גידור לשמירת הבהמות. It's a place where a corral you put for the animals. או מוקצה. או מוקצה מגרש שמאחורי הבתים. It's a courtyard. You play basketball behind the yards. או חצר שלפני הבתים. Or the front yard. אפילו it says, if it has a place for a person to dwell in, and over here it does. Why does it does? Because over here it's a shepherd's area. And a shepherd is going to have a small hut over there so he can guard the sheep always in such area next to wells. So it says because of that you can make it how big? אפילו בית 5 קורין. Even 5 קורין. What's 5 קורין? אפילו הם שטחים גדולים עד שאפשר לזרוע בהם 5 קורים. היינו 150 שאה שהקור הוא 30 שאה. So before we say 5,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet is 2. So you can have 15 times more. So 15 times more, 50,000, probably 75,000 square feet. So you can have up to 75.
5 times 6, 30,000.
Oh, 30,000. Okay, 5 times 6? White.
5,000 amma.
30,000. It's
6 times bigger.
6 times bigger. Oh, that's right. 6 times bigger. Very good. So 5 times 30 amma. 30,000. Very good. 30,000. אפילו בית 10 קורין. Even 60,000. Yeah, even 60,000. שטחים שאפשר להזרם רק 300 שאה. 300 שאה. מותר. You're allowed לטטל בהם. Why? לפי שהוא כפור לדירה. Because if you have such a big place for sheep or cattle, you're also going to hire a shepherd who's going to guard them, and the shepherd is going to have a hut. And that hut makes it a residence. It has a different zoning, let's call it. It's a zoning of residence, so therefore you're allowed to. וכן הדין בפסי ביראות, says this is the law when it comes to wells, שנחשבים הם ככיף לדירה, we're going to consider them a resident for a human being, which has a much larger area than for a garden or for an area to keep stuff. הואיל והמים ראויים לשתיית אדם ולשימושו של אדם הם. Since the water is used by man, ומותר להרחיק, and therefore you're allowed to put it away, כלומר, ומכאן שמותר להרחיק את הפסים מן הבאר, כלשהו. So you have no measurements. So when it says 300 se'ah, it doesn't mean only 300 se'ah. So if you live in Texas, you've got 1 million cows, go ahead, do whatever you want over there. As big as you need it. I don't know if it's going to be worth it, because we're going to put poles. Yeah. כל כמה ובלבד שלא יהיה פסים. As long as you have it fenced, you're good. As long as you have every 13 amma, you've got something down. כמו שבארנו במשנה הקודמת. וכן ההלכה, and this is the halacha that there's not really a measurement. You can go as much as you want. There is no measurement.